Terence, thank you for hopping on this call with me. These are such
My
a fun
pleasure.
time where we get to interview some really rock star investors that are just completely crushing in their markets and seeing some awesome success. So you're out of South Florida. Thanks for hopping on with me. Thanks
Oh,
again, Terence. Appreciate it, man.
anytime, anytime. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So let's jump into it. So the first question, I love asking this question because it's kind of like our origin story, I guess you could say, if you're a little nerdy like myself, where
Right,
like
right.
what got you into real estate investing? And then what was that like first deal? Because there's usually like that first deal, right, that we
Right.
get, sink our teeth into, and we're like, oh man, I need to do more of this. So what was that like for you?
Well, it wasn't quite like that, but so actually, I was in school at Broward University just to get my real estate license to be a traditional real estate agent.
Okay.
During that time period, I discovered that my brother-in-law was a real estate investor,
Hmm.
and he was making tons of money doing fix and flips and wholesaling. And he's like, "Man, you make way more money like this." And I was seeing, I'm like, "Okay, well, wait a minute." So put away my schooling, and he basically took me under his wing.
Okay.
And at first, that was amazing. He taught me a lot. But this guy, um, he was great at making deals, not so good at executing them.
Hmm.
So my first deal actually ended up being a nightmare because we bought like 6 houses in the course of like a year, and half of them were fix and flips, and he had no strategy to get us like funding for these things. It's just
Oh man.
I was crazy. So anyway, my first deal actually ended up being my nightmare deal. Just money pit, tons of money into it, went nowhere.
Oh, freak.
But after that though, my wife and I parted ways with him and started undertaking this journey on our own, and that we've gone much better. So
Yeah.
that was back in 2017, 2018. So now we recover. We have 7 rental properties, including the one I just got now. So yeah.
Nice. So, I mean, you still go through the process. You see this guy, he's making decent money, right? Probably
Yeah.
better than you think you can make as a traditional agent. You're like, oh,
Right.
freak, I need a piece of that pie. You're
Absolutely.
like, teach me what you know. Turns out I can do it way better than he was doing it. So you're like,
Yeah.
thanks for the wisdom. I'm gonna go kind of do this better,
Pretty
which I
much.
think a lot of
Pretty much.
people do, right? They
Okay.
learn from a friend or a mentor or whoever. You're like, oh, I might be able to do this on my own, maybe do it even a little bit better. And then
Right.
since then, you guys have really started to take off. Does that sound about right?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. So what do you think you really learned from that? One, make sure you have funding partners before you maybe take on a flip. Is that one?
That is one major one.
Okay.
Other things too. There was a lot. Actually, to tell you the truth, man, that first deal, what made it the nightmare that it wasn't even that. I mean, we managed to find funding and so forth. That county, this was whatever county this was in Florida, they are horrible, horrible. Like, we got permits for things. This is like a major rehab. So we got permits for things and we applied. They were great. They didn't come for like a year. Then we got them. They're like, oh, we have to send another inspector out. And that inspector said we need to do something. So we did that thing, got back in touch with them, and then like, oh, okay, we have to send another inspector. And that inspector didn't come for a while and said something. It was years. It went on crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Holy cow. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you learned, do your due diligence in the county I'm doing business in, right? Make sure you have
Exactly.
connections before. And if you don't, find someone that does. Those are all really good lessons.
Right. Well, to tell you the truth though, I learned a lot from that big bag. Like you said, I understand the cost of it. I can evaluate a rehab very quickly.
Yeah.
Just because I've done it. I've done everything. So,
yeah, because you lost money about every step of the way, right?
Right. So like, okay, yep, not doing this again. I'm going to this company. So yeah.
That's
exactly.
Funny. Cool. Well, that brings us to kind of present day. So tell me about this most recent deal that you just did.
Man, this was amazing. Here's the deal. This was my first sub-2 deal.
Nice.
Right. It was good. I have not had any lengthy formal training in sub-2 or creative financing. I've been to on the meetings with you guys, and that's been helpful. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos, but I was really kind of fumbling.
University.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And anyway, but I talked to the guy. We had a good rapport, and I managed to just kind of fumble my way through and like, hey man, I could do is just take over your mortgage and that.
Yeah.
And so, but he was very agreeable. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can do that. I'm like, yeah, I'll give you some money up front, Oh, that sounds great. So he was actually, I kind of got fortunate. He was just really easy. so yeah, man, I ended up getting a four bedroom, 3-bathroom house on an acre of land with another like in-law suite in the back.
Nice.
With 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I gave the guy $5,000 and took over his mortgage.
Wow, that's it.
Yep. I mean, it was
That's
kind of
it.
a major cleanup. The guy was kind of a hoarder, but all in all, great deal for a house.
And then so are you going to rent it out then?
That's right. I got a property management company I'm working with because this is about it's actually 5 hours away from me. So I did drive up there just to check it out, but besides that, I'm not dealing with that.
Doing it all over the phone, yeah.
Yeah, but I have a great property manager. I spoke with her. She's been wonderful and has facilitated everything up there from cleanup to trash removal, painting, floors, everything. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome. So what are you kind of hoping to cash flow per month?
We're going to be netting approximately a little under $400 a month net after everything's said.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then actually after the first year, it's going to go up because part of the monthly is an AC, a brand new AC unit he had in there that's being financed. So I agreed to take over the financing as well, which is $100 a month.
Okay.
For like the next year. So after the first year, that's going to jump up to about $500.
That's money, man.
Yeah.
You get 5-6 of those, you're raking it in. So that's
absolutely
awesome.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Congratulations. And that was an Amplify lead, right?
It was an Amplify lead. Absolutely. Yep.
Love it. I love hearing that.
Man. Yeah, so, actually, Riley was helping me a lot. I was having some issues getting to like the right kinds of leads at first. I was trying to get leads in my area, but my area just wasn't. I was getting leads, but they weren't the type of leads that I was looking for.
Okay.
So I worked with Riley. He changed my circles, got me up in Central Florida, and since then, I've been getting some good leads and been banging them out. Yeah.
Great, love it. So overall, you feel like, I mean, there's always, when you're doing marketing, just in general, there's always going to be fine tuning. You really have to figure out what's going to work for you and what's going to work for your business model. And then what's going to work in the market. There's so many different factors, and you really do need to be constantly adapting. Sounds like we've kind of fine-tuned that with you. So how do you feel like your experience has been overall working with us here at Amplify?
Man, it's been great. Like I say, it's been a kind of a rough road for me. But Amplify's been there with me the whole time, helping me through it. I've had great teachers for a while. I have Rylan, and actually, I have to give credit to my lead manager, who has been amazing.
Love that.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, if I had any advice to give a new investor, it'd be one, fine tune that marketing as fast as possible. Stay diligent. That's part of it too. I mean, just really stay on top of your leads, and that's how you get them. And have a lead manager. It's really been a game changer.
Game changer. Yeah. If you value your time at all, even though, we're still generating warm leads, because these are people coming through a survey, they've opted in themselves. People are still people, right? You said it to yourself, like we say it every single day, but money is in the follow-up, because people are people and they have lives, and they are getting calls, not just from you, from their mom, from their loan officer, like they're getting calls from everyone. And so if we aren't like staying on it, they'll forget and they'll go fill out the next survey they see online. So you got to stay on top of them. And lead managers are a really easy way to do that. So I love that. It's been a fantastic resource for you. We love the lead manager team. They are all awesome and do such a good job. So awesome. Well, any other advice or tips or tricks you'd give to any more new investors?
Yes. Be careful who you have mentor you.
Yeah.
To make sure you check their credentials first, because like I said, I think I'd have been a lot further along if I had been with the right people, in the beginning.
For sure.
So I think the Amplify team is the right people. So
Awesome.
we're doing good. Yeah.
I appreciate that. We think so too. We hope so, right? We're trying to do our
For sure.
best and provide resources. Just because someone's closed a few deals doesn't mean that they are a real estate mentor, right? Or if they watched a few YouTube videos doesn't mean that they're
Exactly
the right person.
Exactly.
So I think that's great advice. Well, Tarence, we appreciate it, man. If there's anything we can ever do to support you, please let us know. And we're super
Absolutely.
excited to hear about the next, 5-10 deals down the line.
I'll let you know for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.